Hello friends, and welcome back to our little coffee club. Another one of these morning brewing sessions. Again, the Flair 58 has opened up so many possibilities for me. Now I can pull a quick shot of espresso pretty much whenever and not worry so much about my machine staying dirty or having to wipe everything down. This is a quick and easy way to pull a proper shot of espresso. And yeah, so we're gonna review the other coffee that I have from Blue Brothers. This one here, I don't know anything about it. I want to report back as to the other, to the other coffee. Give me a second. Okay, I believe this was last Friday. Let me refocus on there. Let me refocus. Actually, bring it a little bit closer so you can see it well. And refocus here. Once again, I have the little music playing in the background, the ambiance. Man, I really like this setup. I can see us going live in this way in the future, you know, many times, because this is, wow, quick and easy. It's so simple for me to just one camera, one angle, one go, no editing. This is just beautiful. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this content. Like I said, it's just extra content. My Sunday video stays the same like before. And this gives me new opportunities, and the fact that I can just finish the video, say goodbye and be done and just put it up there and not have to edit or anything. Oh, it's a game changer. But anyway, talking about this coffee, I looked into it because I was really intrigued. Is this a cold ferment? On the website, it says it's a wash coffee, but that it was fermented for 60 hours, okay? It doesn't say anything about cold fermented. It doesn't say they added any fruit. It doesn't say anything. If you guys taste this, I mean, first of all, this is a pretty nice coffee. It's a cold ferment and it is funky. I'm warning you. If you want something clean, off with the heads, don't order this, okay? It's not for you, buddy. But, you know, some of you guys that want to experiment with something a little bit more exotic, you might want to give this a try. Wow, I don't know, man. I don't know if you guys know the old saying, at least here in the US, that if it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it looks like a duck, it's probably a duck. And this has all the signs of being a cold ferment. As soon as I opened the bag, is the first thing I said, oh, wait a minute, this is a cold ferment. Then I tasted it, and I said, this has got to be a cold ferment. So yeah, but it says that it's just fermented 60 hours and washed. I don't know, man. I asked AI, okay? The whole AI thing is just remarkable. This thing is so awesome. You go to this AI thing and it just gives you like a whole analysis. It's not just like something from a website. This thing is incredible. Like, I don't know where you guys so far, and listen, I know and maybe it's gonna have its bad aspects too, like everything in life, it has like a good and a bad. But wow, when you look up information, this new way of doing it with the AI is just next level. So I asked the AI, and it says that this is I can't remember the exact word it used, but that it looks like it's not a cold ferment, but it's made and developed in a way to taste like a cold ferment. Again, if it walks like a duck and looks, I don't know, man. It's so hard to get on board with that. I think this is a cold ferment. They added something, maybe yeast, or, they put sometimes it's not fruit, but wow, this has all the signs of a cold ferment. I'm going to stick with that. I don't know. You guys tell me. But yeah. All right. And today we're going to review this one. We'll see what this has to offer. You guys see it there. I don't know the tasting notes or anything. We will guess at them. Oh, I want to report back as to the Kenyan real quick. Oh, wait, no. This is a Friday video. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I think the video where I reviewed that, you guys haven't seen that yet. So that's too much of a spoiler. So no, I'm not going to do that. Okay. Maybe you saw it, but I don't think so. Because the Friday videos are still ahead of the Sunday videos. And pretty soon I'll have enough Friday videos that they're going to be on the same timeline. And then I won't have to worry about like too many spoilers. But yeah, I think that's a no-go. So, all right, let's just dose out our 18 grams. And again, let me see how long I've been recording. Let's keep an eye on it. I don't want the video to go over like an hour. So now we're only 5 minutes into it. Oh, wow, we got time. The day is young. Okay, let's open it up. Again, the Good Brothers bags are top notch. Nobody does it better. You can just keep your coffee in the bag and you're good for a month. I do it all the time. You don't need to store this any other way. It just has a nice Ziploc. Just close it well and you'll be fine. Okay, I'm gonna start, the grind size is 14. I'm gonna start with the niche 0 at grind size 14 and hope that that gives us something nice. Again, with the Flair and the Bianca, because again, with the flow control, you can save so many shots, you can make some shots elevate to the next level, and there's so many things you could do that, same thing with the Flair. You know, you can make a lot of things work that normally they wouldn't work. Let me relock the focus there. And wow, I'm looking on the phone and just the way that things look, and it's nice and a little bit dark and quiet, and just, you know, we got the little music playing in the background. It's really nice, you know, really nice. Relaxing. We can relax and chill. I really enjoy these little brew sessions with you guys. Again, thank you for spending your time and coming back time and time again to share your time with me. I really do highly appreciate that. You know, I mentioned recently about if you change your little icon on your Google, and depending on how you log into your YouTube account, I might not know who it is. So it happened to me the other day with Anton, and I'm having this whole conversation, and it was Anton, and I didn't know him. So yeah, if you change your little icon, let me know, hey, this is such and such. And depending on how you log on to your YouTube account, the name that I always see, it changes, and it might not be the same. I don't know why that happens, but it's what happens. Okay, so I opened this one, and no, I'm not getting any funkiness. So who knows? We'll see what this is. All right, 18.4. One more. Okay, 18. Between 18 and 18.1. We're gonna roll with that. I'm gonna put the bag off to the side. I don't wanna take the chance of running into the tasting notes. Okay, so we're in between 18 and 18.1. Let's take a look at the roast level. That's another thing, because, you know, depending on the roast level, the focus locks, and then one of the downsides to locking the focus. Yeah, another medium light, I would say. Another medium light. Maybe this could be a little slightly more developed. Who knows? Okay, we'll probably do a little bit pre-infusion, maybe 10, 15 seconds, and then take it to 7 bars, something like that. That's normally what people do with the Flair 58. It's a little bit dark, but you can see there, it's if I line the foam properly, you would see it's grind size 14. So we're right at 14. All right, let's grind this. Based on the odd coloration of the beans, I would say there's some kind of processing here too, but it doesn't smell funky. I'm not gonna say co-ferment. There's a nuttiness to the smell of the coffee, big time nuttiness. Maybe, who knows? That it's still. We had a little tiny, maybe like a 0.2. Should we do bellows? Why not? You guys know I keep it here on the niche duo. The niche duo, by the way, is where I was grinding all of my pour overs as of until I had the Pietro. because I've been learning the Pietro and getting used to it, I want to do my grinder comparison between the Pietro and the Niche. I know it's a crazy comparison, the Pietro and the Niche Zero, but I really want to give myself the best chance at tasting the difference in grinders. So that's what I've been working on. Eventually you'll see that video, but getting all of that set up and learning the Pietro and adjusting to get the same timing on both grinders is taking a while. But anyway, a little bellows. And let's recheck this. Now we got a little too much. Okay, we're rolling with that. But you could see that little bellows. I love it. It works. That bellows was sent to me by Gemini Coffee Tools. Check out Gemini Coffee Tools on Amazon. They have a fairly nice Amazon page where they have their products. So Gemini Coffee Tools. And you know, the bellows, I never saw it come up for sale on there. They do have a bunch of other tools, fairly priced, so check them out. But that little bellows, I believe is available now on, or it was on Walmart. On the Walmart website, you put bellows Niche Zero or something like that, and you should be able to see it. And wow, it for the both Niche, the Duo and the Niche Zero is just game changer. It works super good. And on the Niche Duo especially, let me just show you real quick. I always keep it here because when I grind with it up there, I always leave it up there. If you're not grinding a whole bunch of coffee, it'll be fine. You should be fine up to like 20 grams up there with the bellows on top. And then what happens is that it stops all the popcorning from happening. If before I used to get a bunch of little chips flying out because it doesn't have the Duo doesn't have the same little ring that the Zero has that stops the popcorning. And I used to get a lot of little chips flying out and it was messy. But obviously you keep the bellows like that, it stops that from happening. So it's pretty awesome. Okay, so we got this done. Let's fluff it up. You know, we're gonna do a lot of pour overs also, like you know, filter coffee on these morning Friday videos. We'll do that as well, but I'm really enjoying the Flair. So remember, I almost never, I mean, unless it was the weekend, I never used to use my Bianca. So I only pulled espresso on the weekends, that's it. But today is a normal morning. Is, you know, I can start easily at 6 a.m., be done by like 6:45, 7 a.m. And honestly, I can just leave everything up here. I don't care about this thing as much. Like I'm keeping the Bianca clean and all that. Here, I rinse a couple times. I wipe it real quick and I can leave everything the way you see it here and take care of it later when I come back from work. Put everything away, and it has opened, just like I said, so many windows and opportunities to make espresso that before it just wasn't a thing. I couldn't do it. Oh, something that I want to mention, very important. A couple of people have told me, leaving you see the lever that you pull on, leaving it up like this is something that you should do. And more than one person gave me that comment. So it's gotta be like a situation that you can run into. So you should always heat the unit with this up, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, you see these, there's a couple little plastic, like this little thing is plastic. This has a little plastic sheathing up here. Everything is like metal, you see there, everything's like metal, but there's a couple little plastic components that with time, if you heat with the lever down, then this goes inside the chamber. And what happens is you start cooking all these little plastic little pieces and gaskets and stuff, and they last less and they tend to break. So I'm not sure if that's a thing for everyone, but it has happened to enough people that I got 2 comments already in regards to that. So I thank you guys for sharing that information. Like I always say, I always learn so much from you guys. I probably learn more from you guys than you guys do from me. Unless you're new, you probably either don't learn anything from me or very little. But I always learn from you guys and I appreciate your input. So yeah, warm the Flair 58 with the lever up so that the little plastic pieces are not getting cooked inside the chamber. So that was a very, very nice tip. Also, I told you guys about last time they told me about using the double puck screen. That worked very well. I liked it, but the only thing is, either I need a deeper basket or I have to always be swapping the baskets. Or I could just use the portafilter from the Bianca as well. Maybe that's what I'll do next time. Just use the one from the Bianca if I want to do the puck screen sandwich. Today I'm not doing that, but it's also a good idea to use the both puck screens. They've also, you guys have sent me a couple of recipes that I've been playing with, and yeah, I thank you for all of that. But yeah, okay, let's get this going. This should all be hot by now. It's been on for a while. Here's the puck screen, the little thin one that they send you. Okay, perfect. No mess, no stress. Bring you a little closer. Lock in. It's it's a little bit darker sometimes on these morning sessions, not because just the lights that I turn on, but because it's nighttime outside, it's still dark outside. So now when the winter comes, it'll get, well, obviously the daytime hours are shorter, so the sun comes up a little bit later and it sets a little bit earlier. I like the fall. Fall's my favorite time of the year. Believe me, here in South Florida, it's so hot that fall is very welcomed by almost everyone. So, okay, today we're gonna tamp with a regular L'Elite tamper. So, and I notice I didn't do the distribution. I didn't bring out the tools today. The tools from iCape, they're not out. So, just doing my usual workflow, which always was like that. Not always. When I did all the Breville infuser stuff, I had different tools. Well, that was a long time ago that it's been like, now that I've had the Bianca for what, like, more than 2 years, I think. So the infuser, it will make a comeback soon. We're gonna make some Breville content. We have to do that very soon. All right, let me check my tamp. Yeah, I did a fairly okay job. That's pretty nice. Drop the puck screen, let's lock it in. Obviously now, if you start with your lever up, then now it's just gonna be easier to just fill in like this, you know? So now here's another thing. Let me give you the different angle, hold on. Gotta remember this. I like to bring this close enough that you could kind of see a little bit of the bottom of the, yeah, you could see it here. I refocus here on the bottom of the, come on. Lock in the focus there. I think you'll be able to see a little bit of the bottom of the portafilter there, so we can take a look for channeling and all that stuff. Well, what was I telling you guys? I was in the middle of something, and then my mind went into this. Well, that's the thing about doing these almost live type of videos. I gotta just keep moving. I don't remember. I started to say something. I don't know. Okay, forget it. Do I have the espresso function? Let's see if I have it. I do not. So I'll just start it myself today. Now the thing is still, do I start it from when I start pouring? Because now it's up. So that means as soon as I start pouring, water's gonna start landing on the coffee. Should I start? But again, until I add pressure, like really not much is happening. But I know that usually that's why I like having both timings. I like having from first drip, and I like having from when the coffee first starts to be saturated. I always have liked having both. You guys know how I do it. You know my usual workflow on the Bianca. But now this kettle had timed out and the water got a little bit cooler. I have to wait. Man, what was I talking about? And went on to something else and forgot. I don't know. Anyway, let me show you the flowers. I'll relock the focus in a second. But let's take a look at the flowers. Look at that, how nice they look. I don't think you've seen the Sunday video when that I bought these flowers for yet. No, for sure you haven't seen that. That's a project that is Well, it's been the toughest project that I've ever worked on. But yeah, these are very nice. Gives me a nice, very pretty background there. Relaxing. All right, bring you back down. Let me relock the focus right there. You can see the numbers on the scale. Don't go to sleep. Okay, so today, you know, since we're waiting, I could just add my espresso function back. Let me see, make sure I don't block the lens. Do it from here. Okay, I can. You just tap and hold, and then these little lights, they start changing. This is the one automatic espresso function. That's it right there. So now it'll just start by itself at first drip. And if I want to get the different timing, but again, it takes so long. Is it even worth like timing? It's gonna be long. 30 seconds, 40 seconds, I'm topping this thing off and getting the bubbles out. I don't think anybody times their Flair shots like that. You guys tell me. Let's just see how long it takes me. See if I'm getting any better at that. Today, as soon as I start pouring, I'll start this timer, then I'll tell you guys how long it took before. You know, the difference between this one and this one, well, that's how long I was before first drip. So, all right. Let me see the music. Get the music going there. All right, we're up to temperature, so we can start this. So the kettle is right off boiling. You see, yeah, my focus is locked, or it should be. I'm gonna start this time and start pouring water in here. There we go, it just started. Look, 11 seconds, the water hadn't even dropped down. Now it did. It was like closed. How you call it, the valve on top was closed. So 11 seconds I have to subtract, period. I don't see any bubbles coming up or anything. We should be okay. Oh man, I messed up again. I didn't have my cup ready. Okay, this is 40 seconds. I haven't done absolutely anything yet. So now is when it's barely gonna start. Okay, I'm adding a little bit of pressure. I'm on like a 2 bar. I'm gonna keep it there until I get my first 5 grams. I'm just gonna go slow. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. Okay, right now I'm at 7 bars. At 7 bars the whole way down. Oh, we had a little channeling, it looks like. Try to get my 45. Oh, I went a little over. Well, not a good job today, but it's all right. 27-second shot. I like the timing. The timing from first drip looks perfect. You guys saw it took me like, this was 1 minute and 27 seconds. So like a whole minute of prepping and this, I forgot my cup. I made a few mistakes today, but overall, I think the shot is gonna end up tasting very nicely. The pre-infusion was nice and easy. I don't think this was like a splashing. This has to have been a little bit of channeling for sure. So it looks like we had some little bit of channeling, but let's see. Let me get my scale out of the way and my cup out of the way. This is always a little bit of a messy situation. I haven't gotten the practice to get all this. But I am doing better with the Flair, as you guys could see. Let me clean up my scale and all this stuff here, guys. Turn it off. Okay, then I'm gonna clean up my counter. Just use a napkin, get all of this up, like so. And now we plunge down. Sometimes I forget to show you this part, but today we'll do it. You plunge down, you get your excess water out. So you could easily do a 1 to 2.5. And if I would have topped off a little bit more, I think you can do a 1 to 3 ratio. Should be able to, no problem. All right, everything's nice and clean. All right, let me back up the camera. Let's see, let me bring the coffee. We'll lock focus there on the little cup. All right, looks nice. These little cups you can swirl. They have a little fins inside that stir up your coffee, but ever since I've had these little spoons that Anna gave me, I always use them. All right, cheers. Wow. My goodness, this is, it didn't smell like a cold ferment. This tastes like, this is not even coffee. This is like way out there. You know, it's funny, like the Coco Bongo was like that. Like, what in the world is happening? But in such a delicate way and so well done. This is a little bit harsher. It's a little bit more, I don't know, like synthetic tasting kind of thing. The Coco Bongo was just a, it's still, again, like I said, coffee of the year. Coffee of the year. I don't think anything's gonna beat the Coco Bongo as far as being memorable. I don't think so. It was just spectacular. And yes, I know it's a cold ferment and some people call it cheating, whatever. I don't mind cold ferments, okay? Especially when you do it that way. That Coco Bongo was incredible. Like really, honestly, incredible. All right, we're 26 minutes into it. I think we might even be able to pull another shot should I start getting things ready just in case? All right, let me see. Pull this up. Unlock. Let me go, give me a second, okay? And then I'll taste the coffee again. But I was blown away with the first taste. I'm gonna have to preheat my portafilter with the hot water from the kettle, because I do like rinsing all of this if I'm gonna reuse it. But it's okay, give me a second. I'm gonna use the kettle and preheat this thing again. So, matter of fact, maybe we do a dummy shot. Let's do that. Let me leave that there. The puck, let me see if I can show it to you guys, but you always end up, I'm gonna have to focus, I think. I think you should be able to see it there. The puck always ends up really nice and dry. Look at this thing, you know, and there's no, you know, although I know we had channeling from the signs of it, but the puck looks really nice and there's no like really obvious hot spots on it. There's a little bit here on the edge. Maybe that's where it came from, the channeling, but it looks nice. Very, very nice. That was a good extraction. It was a good pull. The coffee, the first initial taste just was awesome. Very interesting, very different, and very not coffee-like. Okay, so this is, I don't know what the tasting notes are. Hold on, I'm trying to get everything cleaned up again, guys. Usually I cut all of this out, but these videos are like almost live. You get to see everything. Me working here in the background, the whole works. All right, so let me get this coffee in case they're splashing. I don't want there to be just clean water. It's better. Usually this all happens behind the scenes, but now on this format, I got a little feedback. My boy Nicky P told me that he enjoys getting to see the whole process, you know, and the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right, I think we're almost ready to do see, water temperatures, we're up to temperature. This time I'm gonna put the plunger down just because I want to rinse and preheat everything this way. First I'm gonna give it a rinse and then I'll do my dummy shot. There we go. We get any little bit of coffee. I think rinsing twice like that, that's all you need. I think there's people that clean inside the chamber and all that. I don't see the point in that. Okay, lock it in. I'm gonna do one more. Do a dummy shot here. Because if not, I think I lost too much heat because I don't want to just wipe my portafilter. I actually want to rinse it so it's clean again and stuff. I don't want to. If I wasn't making videos, maybe I would just go for it, but it's okay. I don't mind doing a dummy shot like that. Now I'm gonna leave the lever up, leave this here for right now, taste the coffee again. Are we still locked? I think we are. I think we are. Okay. All right, cheers again. Wow, this is this is way out there, but this is funky. You know, you could tell this is a funky coffee, just like the other one, the Colombia Orange Bourbon. I would say, yeah, that this is another cold ferment. I couldn't smell it this time in the beans, and yeah, and the aroma you do smell it. You do smell it on the aroma, but the dry smell, the fragrance was, you know, it was, I couldn't detect it. Then again, I didn't spend that much time trying to detect it. I didn't get it. Here I do get it on the aroma. Yeah, there's something going on. I like it. I gotta say, I like it. Wow. Okay, one more sip and then I'm gonna turn it into a tiny Americano and see what happens. We're gonna pull another shot anyway. We got time. Okay, tasting notes. Before I dilute it, I want to get the flavor because I'm getting a lot of flavor and it's very well balanced, first of all. This is not screaming at me. It's not, the acidity is very nice and under control. I think I'm gonna really like this as filter coffee. And the Colombian too. I mean, the other coffee, the Orange Bourbon, I think for, you know, it's a nice co-ferment. But they are like funkier and louder than the Coco Bongo. I mean, the Coco Bongo is just done in a spectacular way. There's a lot more to it here, but what is it? There's something I can't put my finger on. Some kind of synthetic, I want to say, but not, you know, not in a bad way. I say that, and some people, I remember sometimes I've gotten, was it like a Jolly Rancher, oh yeah, I think it was one time that I had like a strawberry taste, but it was like a synthetic, you know, you get strawberry ice cream with like the, you know, fake strawberry taste in it, and there's something that you expect, and it tastes like more strawberry than like an actual strawberry, which there's like a berryness to it. An actual strawberry has some acidity and a certain little bit of tartness, and it's just different than like the fake strawberry taste, you know? So yeah, this has some little aspect of it like that is some kind of synthetic kind of flavor. At the same time, it has fruitiness. It does have fruitiness. It's very well balanced, nice acidity and sweetness. It has perfect sweetness. There's nothing upsetting about this. I like it. I like this one. So okay, here it is. The acidity. Is it berry or is it? Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. It's berry. There's no, I'm not getting any kind of citrus here. It's fruity, berry, with some kind of synthetic aspect to it. And to me, this is another co-ferment or some kind of thing. All right, it's not just regular. All right, let me get the bag. Okay, I left it back here. All right, let me read this thing. Let me read this thing. Let me give it to you guys right here. Okay, what do we have, guys? Blue cotton candy. Blue cotton candy. Blue raspberry slushy. And watermelon. Watermelon. I do get the fruitiness. I do get the nice sweetness. You know, I did not detect like any of the, who would have guessed that blue cotton candy or blue raspberry slushy? You know, I don't know. But the synthetic aspect of it, it makes sense. Especially the raspberry slushy. You ever had that like at 7-Eleven? You get like that little bit of synthetic flavoring. Yeah, I could totally get on board with this. I think this is the watermelon. Let me see. You know, maybe even so. I think these descriptors are very well. I don't know if I did good at guessing at them, but maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. I don't think I did very well, but a little bit. I wonder, I'm gonna look it up. I'll report back. Come on, man, this gotta be a co-ferment also. And the other one, they say it's not. How can it not be? The other one's more obvious co-ferment than this. I'm telling you right now, this has that little bit synthetic aspect to it, and then on the aroma, you do get some little bit of funkiness kind of thing going on. But the other one's way more obvious. How can it not? Whatever. You know, let them say what they want. I'm gonna stick to my guns. Let's add a little bit of water here. See what happens to this madness. That might be still a little bit like concentrated for an Americano, but again, we can always add more water, but I can't take it back out once I added it. Let's see, let's taste it. Wow, very interesting, very nice. You know, both of these bags, I can't talk about the Kenyan yet, but all right, which I'm not gonna say anything else. Let's move on. Let's pull another shot. Everything's hot. I've had it locked in now for a little bit. So I'm gonna put this off to the side here. I'm gonna relock the focus further back so everything's not blurry for you guys. There you go. Boom. All right, we can start working. All right, so we're gonna grind. No, the grind size worked perfect and the shot pulled perfect. I just took too long. That's not anyone's fault. It's my own, it's my own fault. You know, I took forever to like, forgot this, I forgot that. Let me get the other, I'm gonna get the other cup ready over here so I don't forget that again. And my Akaya, let me get that back. Goodness. I took like a minute before I even added pressure. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, I gotta get better one day. I think if I do back-to-back shots like this on this second one, I'll do a better job, but maybe not. Let me not be so optimistic. Now, one thing is that we had a little bit of channeling, man. I think it's the first time I see like an obvious sign of channeling from the Flair 58. Too bad I didn't get a good angle from the bottom so I could look back later, but all right. You know, what are we gonna do? We just need to enjoy our brew session and not worry so much about the details. Is it on? Nope. All right. Yeah, this is nice. I like, I mean, yes, it's just some generic music playing in the background, but it's better than no music. And it, you know, some of the jazz songs are pretty cool. I love the Richie. I'm gonna bring him up again, but Richie, man, you keep getting blocked. I had to take you out of the playlist. My boy Richie Everett. I explained before, but there seems to be a difference between when you embed the music into the video as to when you're just playing it in the background. I don't know, but he doesn't get blocked when I embed the music, the song, but when I just play them off in the background, it gets blocked. Oh boy. All right, blue cotton candy. Who would have thought? Whatever. I didn't get that, but there is like the synthetic aspect to the flavor, but I would have never made that connection, I don't think. But it's great descriptors, okay? It's great descriptors for this coffee. Okay, we're going same grind size. All right, you guys saw me make another little mistake here because I want to start this shot with the plunger down, see if I go any faster, any better, and it pushed, I guess, a little bit of water that it had somewhere. But it didn't make a mess because I had the little drip tray. It just landed a little bit there on the scale. No big deal. So you gotta have a coffee scale so that you don't have to worry too much about that. By the way, Buku has a new scale coming out that I'm really excited about it. I might buy it. It's completely waterproof. You can dip it inside water with all the benefits that the Buku scale has anyway, which is, it's an awesome scale. So I might get it. I might get that scale. And I already, not that I need it. It's like kids with toys, man. Every now and then we gotta get some new toys to play with. So, all right, let's see if we got the 18 grams or, oh man, we gotta do bellows again. All right. All right, let's see where we're at now. 17.9, almost. Now we're almost there, but we had a little retention. All right, no biggie. We're gonna roll with this. Fluff it up. You know, by now everything should be really nice and hot, so that's one benefit. Now, someone else told me, and I knew this about that there's a difference in temperature between what's at the bottom of, which is cooler, than way at the top here on the chamber, the heating chamber here for the Flair 58. And that seems to be the case from the research I had done as well. Daddy's Got Coffee, Justin from Daddy's Got Coffee, he likes pulling shots. He puts the lever down, he fills it up and waits 2-3 minutes. And that helps to equalize the temperature. So for those people that are worried about that, try that method and see if you like it, you know, because that's what I've heard and that's what I would do. But as of yet, I'm not, look at me, I'm struggling enough as it is. I don't want to add more complexity to my workflow. I'm not ready for that, man. Again, I haven't been using this that long, and there is like a learning curve to it. Definitely wasn't as easy as I thought. It's not complicated either. It's very easy, but not as easy as I thought. And you know what? I'm gonna fill this up. There should be no water coming. Make sure this. There should be no water coming out. So, but I want to try that method. So now I'm gonna add the water. I know I'm cooking my parts here, guys, but hey. We gotta sacrifice something. Okay, as you could see, nothing's dripping out at all. So if you're worried about the temperature difference that's in the chamber, add the water, let it sit there for a few minutes, try that and see if you think that that's a good idea. This is a lovely Americano. I thought it was gonna be too concentrated. No, it could have been still a little bit stronger. But like I said, the intensity of the espresso was perfect. It was very well balanced. It was very nice. So this is not one of those that you have to turn into an Americano to kind of take some of the edge off. It was just fine. Not sure if I had refocused. I'm sorry if that shot was not focused, but now we should be good to go. Let me see, take a little bit extra care on my WDT here. Yeah, take a little bit extra care and time to see if we have either no channeling or less. That time I went it wasn't, you can't call it pre-infusion if you already have like 5 grams in the cup, but I don't know, I like the way that shot pulled. I like that, what I did there. So keeping some of the shot at low pressure. You know, when I went to DAC, they had a Slayer machine. In the DAC showroom in Amsterdam, there's a Slayer machine. and they pull their shot. I think I mentioned before, but they pull their shots. Okay, they go low pressure until they get first drip. Then they went to high pressure until they got the first 10 grams out. Then they go to low pressure again and finish at low pressure, which is only like 2 bar. So they only get 10 grams with high pressure, which is 9 bar. So yeah, very odd kind of system, or how you call it, recipe to use for that espresso. At least maybe that's what they were using that time. I don't know if they always do it that way, but I did ask about it. They said they don't worry about the timing. They just worry about doing it in that way. So first drip, then high pressure, 10 grams, then low pressure for the rest of your 36 grams or whatever it is. All right, let's tamp. So I did WDT. I kind of took my time with it. Let's get a nice tamp. Okay, I think I'm nice and level there. Give it a nice polish. Okay, I took my time with the puck prep this time, a little bit more. Let's see if it pays off. As we know, puck prep does matter. Way more than I thought. So, okay, wow, the tab looks absolutely completely level. Drop the puck screen, okay, lock in. Again, you gotta be careful, because now if you lift this a little bit, all your water is gonna come out. Man, imagine that on one of these almost lives. You do not want that. Okay, so there's no water on the coffee as of right now. So this is gonna be my last. I can turn off the kettle. Oh no, well, yeah, I can rinse with colder water. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be boiling. Okay, so let's start the scale. I think I'm doing better with the workflow this time. I know this is not hot. I don't care, because I wanna taste it right away. I don't wanna wait. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go from first drip. Now, as soon as I pull up the water, but then I'm gonna start, oh, I have to top off, that's right. So I will lose a few seconds. Should I use this scale? Okay, I have it back here. I'm gonna start it as soon as I pull the lever up, just to have a better idea how long it took me for the whole process. Okay, so the time is running. I'm gonna go up. Now that water is landing on the puck. And I'm getting the air bubbles out. Now I have to top off. If not, for sure you don't have enough water to pull the 45 grams. Okay, that looks fine. There's no air bubbles coming out. Wait, I have to finish going up here. Okay, it's only been 24 seconds though this time on the other scale. So I think overall I did better. Okay. We got first drip. Now, sometimes it beeps like that. I have no clue why it does that. No clue. I'm gonna go again for like 5 grams. Okay, at lower pressure, then I'm gonna go for it. Here we go. All right, I'm at around 7.5 bar, maybe 8 bar. Again, looking for 45 grams. Oh, I forgot to bring you guys. Oh my God, you're not even looking at this. I forgot, guys, I'm sorry. Okay. I did so much better, and the camera's like way back here. Look at this, you got a completely blurry. I'm sorry. Again, there's nothing I could do. This kept running. Let me see. No, okay, because it's an automatic espresso function. So you could see it there, 33 seconds. This one took a little longer, but the workflow, you see there, 46 grams. Let me remove this because little drops keep landing, and I don't want that. Wow, I did a lot better here, a lot better. You guys saw the timing there. This was only running for like maybe another 30 seconds. So let me refocus and all that. We bring the two little cups up. As a matter of fact, I'm going to, give me a second. But I'm gonna put this down here so I can plunge down. I am getting better, believe me. You see me struggling a little bit, but I am getting better. Bring that down. So now I'll have my dry puck, and then I'll rinse a couple of times and we'll be done. Okay, beautiful. Bring you back here. Bring these up so I can taste them. Set this up for you guys. Man, I'm sorry. I pulled a shot. The camera was, oh my God, it was all blurry. You couldn't see anything. But believe me, okay, first of all, there's no signs of channeling this time. It's perfectly clean. I think I got a super good pull. The timing was exactly what I wanted, 33 seconds, right? From first drip, because that's being timed automatically. 33 seconds from first drip. And I had it going for like another, I want to say like 30 something seconds, 40 seconds while I was doing topping off, pouring all that stuff. I think I did again 5 grams, slow, low pressure, and then I went for it, ramped up slow to 7.5 bars for the rest of the shot. It just turned out great. So, all right, let me stir this one up. Let's see. The first shot was perfectly fine. They had absolutely, I mean, as far as flavor, everything, it was perfect. I loved it. Very interesting. Okay, cheers. When I want to start tasting fast like this, I think it's just better to not even have the cups hot, because like I want to get right into it so I could tell you guys. And I mean, if we're recording a video, so yeah, doing it this way, maybe it's even better. The 2 shots taste very similar. I don't see anything better or worse with this one. Yeah. They're both nice. Very close. Very close. I think even tasting side by side, it just tastes pretty much the same. Yeah, this works really nice as an Americano, really nice as espresso. Would I mix this with milk? No, I would not do that. I would not do that. And as filter coffee, I have a feeling it's going to be very interesting and nice and enjoyable coffee. I really liked it. All right. All right, good brothers. Both this one and in this one, they're saying it's not a co-ferment. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I'm going to stick to my guns. Both of these coffees taste like co-ferments. If they say they're not, I don't know. Say what you want. I'm going to still say, again, it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck. I don't know, man. It's probably a duck. So, I don't know. And then on the Kenyan, I'm not going to talk about that one because you'll see my review. I think that'll be up soon and on a Sunday. So, anything else to say here? I'm going to let you guys go because we are up to 52 minutes. This video has been running long enough. I got to do rinse my Flair a couple times and put it away, and that's it. We're pretty much done. So thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you guys a whole bunch. Hopefully you had a little bit of fun. Hopefully you got your morning started right, or whenever it is that you're watching the video. Just trying to give you something relaxing and something easy to get into. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go right here. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you guys. This will be a Friday video, so I'll see you guys on Sunday.